Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in. This is a message I want to share with every artist who are self taught digital artist or whether traditional, whatever form of art that you do. Um, I want to encourage you to just post whatever that is you created on your platform, social media platform. I know not everybody does it for the social media, and you do it some work for your own peace of mind, it's your personal project. It's all good, but I'm speaking to those who want to start an Instagram. They want to monetize their channel. They want some commissions coming their way to keep their business started somewhere. Probably you are just a beginner, or probably you have some experience but not so confident in your skills, so it's holding you back. Stop what you're doing, stop what you're thinking, because I've been there. I've done all that, and it's not worth entertaining those thoughts, because clearly you have talent and you have interest in the skill that I'm talking about. So there should be a reason why you started liking it. So all you have to do right now, it's not to rely on your emotions all the time, because not emotions um, take you further. It is your discipline and your consistency that takes you further. So the magical thing about all this is that once you have discipline and consistency, obviously comes with discipline. So once you have that, it forms into a habit, and then you don't have to put in the complete effort that you put now later on, because wouldn't require you to do that. You will only need to put in like 20% of it probably, and the rest just comes in. So let's say now you're struggling with deciding what to paint, and probably you do have a concept of the kind of artwork you want to do, but you're not very confident about the layout, the colors to use. Do you want it to be horizontal or vertical canvas? You don't know what platforms to post these on. You do not know what style of editing you should do. Don't worry about all this, because no one gets that completely done, figured out. It's a process. So just because you're seeing somebody else's process that is completely done, and you're seeing the results of after God knows how long they took that to do it. So you don't have to obsess over these little things, because that is not what's important. The final end result is when you look back, right? When you look back 1 month, what is your progress? Did you do what you wanted to do? Let's say you should keep a goal, right? When you're doing something like this, to have a discipline. Let's say you kept a goal of reaching 500 followers within 3 months. So what are the steps you took, right? If you're not able to account for it, then there's a problem. Then that means you're not able to do that, and you'll have to figure out why and get to the bottom of it. So here I see that many of the artists, including me, actually get to doing it. It just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't flow through. And this mostly is labeled as artist block. Definitely it's a block, but it's not something like, oh, you reached a block, now you can't do anything. That mindset should be really uprooted from you. That's why I'm making this video, because as you can see, as you keep watching, you'll see that I am struggling to make this, and I'm clearly not interested the way things are going. You can see some vines happening here and there, and I put in some lights just to make it more interesting. With the blending options that we have, I tried color dodging and multiply, which are usually a lot of digital artists' favorite blending options. So I get very inspired when I use color dodge, and I was playing around with it. And then I decided, this doesn't look good. So I started to erase them, right? I started hunting down every every little bit of the layer that I have, and I started removing all that I painted in each layer. But I kept the background because it just felt right. There's no logical reasoning here. I'm just doing what I feel would be the right thing to do right now. We're working through. I realize this process of making is so difficult, and but once you figure it out and come with the end result, you're just like, wow, I really did it, and you're so proud about it. And finally, you're like, oh, you realize kind of like, oh yeah, I have the skill to do it. So it's all about just pushing through that initial stages of hiccups or hesitancy that you have. So just because you didn't have it figured it all out doesn't mean you're not ready to draw. It just shows that you have lack of practice. It's all about practice when it comes to drawing, because it's a skill where using your muscles, right? Your hand, your brain muscles, everything. So it's just adopting, evolving, trials and error, and what fits you, you'll find only in the process. And for that, you have to get started, dear. That's all I have to say. This was my short message, and if you keep watching, you'll see that I start experimenting. So this is one thing that I want to also share. So if you're not able to find any inspiration, usually you can go look in Instagram or Pinterest to find palettes that you want to work around with. Don't confuse your brain with too many colors. Just take primary three colors and work around just with those shades, because when there's a lot of information, you'll get too overwhelmed and give up. At the same time, take something very simple. Most of the time, drawing plants really it's easy, and people find it very healing. If that's not your forte, you would know best what is, and you can hunt that down and draw that. For example, you can draw just the face of a person, or you can just draw the back of a person, looking away from camera and capturing just the hair and the shoulder and the ear or side view. You can do that, or you can try something like window and sun rays coming through, and falling on the empty floor. You can do that kind of a scene, or you can just draw just some few trees around. Explore with the shapes. You can explore with the brushes. You might feel stuck when you're using the same brush, so try to explore the tools, brush presets in your collection. You can try out the blending options, and don't just use all the time brushes. You can mix and match in one canvas. Tools like lasso tool, which can really help you make things easier. So you don't have to always rely on getting those perfect lines with your artistic skills. You can use the tools in on which is available in toolbar, which can help you with that. And you don't have to always start from scratch. You can just do one object. You can copy and you know paste it again, and then increase the size and all that. If you're making buildings or if you're making mountains, you don't always have to draw each mountain. You can just copy paste and add little bit features here and there with the same object, and you can manipulate however you want and make your process easier. Because if you're not able to match up to the speed your brain is working, so you probably are already thinking about the next step, next step, next step, but you're still lagging behind because you have to create the landscape, you have to create the details. So you don't want to lag behind like that, then this would be a good option. I'll be showing a few of the methods which has worked for me. This is not something that I found out. I also learned it from other artists who help my process, increasing efficiency. That I can show you in some videos. But right now, I want to focus on the minimalist things, like just draw something very minimal, even if it's not the complicated ones that you look at and you feel inspired by. Don't always strive for that. Yes, they say strive for 100, then you will get a 70. It's all good, but to just get started, right? Like, we are in a place where we're not able to get up and do something which we like doing. And sometimes it's because we feel like we won't match to the expectations others have. What if they expect more from me and I'm only doing so much? And isn't it better not to post so that the expectation stays high and not fall? Or probably it's your own expectation about your own skills that can, so it can be your own prison. So the only way to change this is to change your mindset and change your habits and follow everything that I've said. I'm pretty sure you'll see the results soon. Thank you for watching.